Barely days after assuming office, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang, accompanied by the Secretary to the Government of the State, Samuel Jato, Head of Civil Service, Raut Adakok, and the Commissioner of Justice, Philemon Daffy, has embarked on a tour of some government facilities to have first-hand information. The first port of call was the ASTC in Vom, set up by government to help create self-sustaining agricultural growth in the states. The managing director, Susan Bento, while taking the governor around the facility, said the center, with 300 tractors and branches across the state, is going through financial challenges and theft.
We had waited and hoped that it would be handed over to the company to use to generate its revenue. Unfortunately, that never happened. There was no adequate preparation or budgeting to get the cover materials. This is why it is like this.
The governor said the center is of great value to Plateau citizens and beyond. As such, his government will do its best to resuscitate it.
This is grossly under capacity, and I think as we can identify two issues here, management issues, but there have been ownership issues, and then of course maybe capital. So would love to have a very comprehensive report on this. A status report of the company, the assets, the liabilities, the challenges, the prospects, the way forward about this company. Certainly, by the grace of God, ASTC will not die. We will ensure that the purpose for which it was meant is realized. This is a company with great value for people of Plateau State, and will ensure that we turn it around.
At the Plateau Specialist Hospital, the Chief Medical Director, Dr. Philemon Golwa, took the governor around the newly constructed laboratory and the MRI center, where he explained the lack of manpower and equipment. Mutfwang, who was welcomed by some jubilant workers, expressed commitment to make the hospital a destination for medical tourism.
So when I'm talking about a master plan, it's holistic in terms of fiscal structure, in terms of staffing, in terms of administration, equipment. Let's have a holistic idea. One of our desires is to make Plateau State a destination for medical tourism. It's an ambition we want to achieve.
He equally encouraged the staff to put in their best in the delivery of health services.
We want to encourage you to continue to give your best. Don't look at it. One of the reasons why you are working in a hospital is not just for salary. Yes. Lives depend on your services. Yes. And I know it will pain you if any life is lost because you were negligent. Yes. So let's continue to give our best and let people know that if you come for medical care in Plateau Hospital, if you don't get well, that is what God has destined. Wow. Not because human beings were careless.
The State High Court was also visited by the governor and taken round the complex by the Chief Judge, David Mann. The governor expressed satisfaction with the new complex and promised to do more.
Judiciary is a key institution for the progress and development of any society. So when you have an effective and functional judiciary, it ensures that there is tranquility in the land and that issues related to development are sorted out timeously. And so for us, it was important to come and see how the judiciary is faring. And one of the key one of the key aspects of the efficacy of the judiciary are the infrastructures on ground. The welfare, the well-being of our judges are important. So we want to appreciate all the efforts that went into putting up this structure. As you know, government is a continuum. It was started by another administration. It was completed by another administration. But of course, there are a few T's to cross and I's to dot. And we will ensure that we work and collaborate with the judiciary to ensure that the judiciary on the Plateau maintains its advantage as one of the best in the country.
He called on citizens to use the newly constructed multi-door courthouse, which is the intermediary between the courts and self-help. This is Pamzi Jaman.